రాజ్భవన్లో తమిళసై మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
In colonial India, there is a demand for the women reservation in 1835 Act, and after that, after passing the hurdles in 1996, and it was implemented, it was tabled in the legislature, and after that, the three times in 1999 and 2002 and 2003, it was came into the legislature, but somehow it was not possible because of the consent of the MPs and the public. But in 73 and 74 acts, amendment acts, there was an act implemented by the government, which has given opportunity to the ladies to participate in the local and Panchayat Raj elections for 33% of quota. And we are fortunate that the BJP government, which has declared in her manifesto in 2014 and as well as in 2019, to giving a shape to the women bill, which has come true this day. And we are happy, very happy. But is it possible for every woman in India, everywhere, every corner of India, is it possible to participate, to take part in this great ceremony? Whether we do not know. As our colleague said, most of the times the women, the husbands, are the family heads. They are taking initiation, they are taking the active part instead of women. Even they are the sarpanch. The sarpanch husband, she's become a rubber stamp, and all over the actions were taken by her husband only. So if it happens further, there is no use for this bill. So madam, we have to take the actions. This is the achievement of women, and which was enjoyed by the women forever. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor M. Sulochani Garu, Chairperson, Andhra Mahila Sabha.
Good morning to all of you. The First Lady of the State of Telangana, Dr. Tamilisai Soundarajan Garu, and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It's really a great pleasure, and Madam has thought of such a good celebration, and otherwise you see we were ringing up to each other and then just telling congratulations and all that, but Madam has provided a fantastic facility where all of us can sit here and then know each other's strengths. Women are like, Lord Hanua, who doesn't know his greatness, his powers. So women also should be told, look, you are very great. Then you see they can rise to any extent. And this 33% was thought of long back, but it was not implemented, as other speakers told. But this is a first step in achieving our empowerment. But we should fight for 50%, madam. And it is not 33%, we should never be happy with 33%, because as she said, the census, we are more or less equal to men. So why be satisfied with 33%? So madam can do it, and she can fight for it, and she will get it. And another thing, as the previous speakers told, there were some corporator seats that were reserved for women in some constituencies. Even in our constituency, there is a lady, and she never, sits in her seat. She never answers the phone, because I wanted to honor her, because she is the first lady, corporator in our constituency, and her husband comes. He answers. He even goes to the extent of signing the documents. And when we, invite her, it is, he who will answer, and he who will talk, and this is not. So even if the chances are given, if we are not rising, then you see it's really difficult. So I find my own experience, because I retired as Dean, Faculty of Commerce from Usmania University. I used to go for, inspections to many colleges, where, I find the colleges that are headed by the ladies are fantastic. They are doing so well, no scams and no money laundering, no misappropriation of funds, nothing. So we used to have a very easy, cakewalk. Whenever we go to a college where you see it is a lady is a principal, it used to be very, very nice. So friends, let us not only celebrate this and then, forget about it. We should also see that, enforcement is very important because, as somebody said, the enforcement committee should be there. And then whether, in fact, sometime back there was a rule that rule or guideline or I don't know, in any organization, any committee should have 1/3 members as ladies. Are we having that? There are many ladies here who are working and, who have worked. So did you find this kind of a 1/3 membership as ladies? No. In fact, that 1/3 is also not enough. We should have 50%. So I request you, madam, please see that it is enforced. It is made mandatory. And also let us pass a resolution that we will fight for 50% or even 51% of the reservations when, Modi ji is there and when Madam Tamilisai Soundarajan garu are there. Thank you very much.
ఆడవాళ్ళు మగవాళ్ళ కంటే కాస్త ఎక్కువ అన్నట్టుగా మరి ఒక సినిమాలో డైలాగ్ ఉంది. అలాగే రబ్బర్ స్టాంప్ కాకూడదు అన్నారు. ఉమా సుధీర్ గారు, ఎన్డీటీవీ.
Okay, very good morning to all of you. Half the sky, certainly we will claim at some point or the other. And with this, madam is herself, she's a icon of someone who has risen, become a state BJP chief, which is not possible in any Indian state for that matter, and then becoming governor. And she has spoken about her being a woman, being a reason for her word not being taken seriously. She has been talking about that as well. So women who are asserting that leadership also sometimes do not get it. But I must share 2-3 things with you, that for the first time in 2022 is when across the world, for the first time in all democratic countries across the world, you had at least one woman MP. And if we had gone at the rate at which we are going in terms of parity, 0.4%, we would take another 80 years to attain parity in parliaments across the world. And that is why I think reservation is important. And there are only 6 countries in the world that actually have parity of women. And among them, one of the interesting countries is UAE, which had 2006 no women in parliament. Now they have gender parity because of a presidential decree that came in, and because of which they have 50% women in the parliament. And therefore, I think there is research to show across the world that sometimes people say, isn't opportunity better? Why should we ask for quotas, in fact? And there is research now to say that in countries that are getting up to 40% women in their parliament, they have actually 2/3 of those countries have gone in for quota system, and therefore it is very important that we do go for quota system. Before you nod your head, I must say 2 other things, that whether it's any sector, except maybe medical or something like that, even in media we have hardly 15% women leadership, and in TV it's only 5% that's leadership.